Hey everyone, welcome back. So as I hinted at in my Mephisto video, they gave Tyrande a rework. Now, I have been kind of vocal about my dislike of Tyrande when they changed her from being a kind of a pseudo support character to just a full-on stealth assassin, because that's pretty much how she was played at that point. She had a 20-second cooldown on her Shadow Stock for herself, not her team, only herself, which could last indefinitely until she broke it, or it was broken. Basically, I felt like she all of a sudden became a copycat of a stealth hero, whether like Nova or Valera. And this would cause a lot of players to play Tyrande with other players who are also playing like a Valera, where all they would do is just gank other players all game, squishy characters all game. And I grew very resentful towards Tyrande and people who played Tyrande that way. Just the idea that she was labeled a support and yet she was doing top top numbers in hero damage, just it didn't sit right with me, and I just grew to very much dislike this character. Well, they have now given her a rework, which I think could actually make her a healing support character. What a concept. A character labeled a support who actually heals her team. What an idea. This actually could make me like this character. And people, I've already heard some people complaining that now she doesn't do nearly as much damage as she used to. Why is it that there are some people that all they are obsessed with is damage, regardless of what role the character is supposed to be? She's a support. How much damage she does is not supposed to be the emphasis here. If she's a support, look at the other supports in the game. Do we care how much damage Uther does? Do we care how much damage Deckard Cain does? Do we care how much damage Auriel does? Do we care how much damage Ana does? Do we care how much damage Lucio does? Do you get my point? No, we do not. We care about how much healing they can provide for their team because they are a support. That's been my biggest issue with Tyrande. But it's the fact that people are complaining about how much damage she does. Come on. The issue for me is she now viable enough to be a solo support healer for her team? And with this rework, I think there's a chance that she actually could be, which I would love. I think that would be great. I don't understand why people are resistant to that. So anyway, here's some of the changes that have happened. Light of Elune got changed. Heal a target allied hero for 275. Stores up to 2 charges now. It now has 2 charges. Light of Elune's cooldown replenishes all charges at the same time. Basic attacks lower the cooldown of this ability. Damaging heroes with abilities lowers the cooldown of this ability as well. So you have 2 ways to have a battle momentum specifically for Light of Elune. So you can just keep using it over and over and over. It only costs 10 mana. 10 mana. And you have 2 charges of it. That's a big deal. Sentinel. The baseline quest talent for stacking, that's gone. The stacking talent for Lunar Flare, that's not gone, but it's not unlimited now. Hunter's Mark, it still looks the same, I think. Shadowstock, oh my gosh, Shadowstock. It's back to essentially how it used to be. Not quite exactly the same, but essentially. Grant all allied heroes, not just Tyrande, all allied heroes stealth for 10 seconds and heal them for 400 health over 10 seconds. Remaining stationary, the invisible thing that was introduced. But holy moly, Shadowstock is back to actually healing the rest of your team. What an idea. I'm so happy they made this, that they changed this back to how it essentially used to be, though it's not quite exactly the same, but I think that's good. So her talent tree. She has the Q talent. I think they used to be level 4. Now they're at level 1, where you can be able to reduce the cooldown by an additional 0.25 seconds, remove the stun silences or slows, or grant 15 spell armor. So that would be good. And it does stack twice, so you could give them 30 spell armor. That would be so helpful against spellcasters like Chromie, Kael'thas, Jaina, Kel'Thuzad. Level 4, Ranger. Have it pierce through all heroes hit. increase the width and the damage based on distance traveled, but it no longer has the stacking damage talent. Lunar Blaze increased the range by 50%. Hitting a hero with Lunar Flare increases the damage by 5% up to 100%. So it's not unlimited anymore. But it's still there. Level 7. If Light of Balloon's second charge is cast on a different target than the first, then it heals for 40% more. So you heal one ally, and then you heal the second ally for even more. That's also pretty good. I like that. Gain 10% movement speed. I guess that's just a passive for her. Light of Balloon increased the target's movement speed by 20% for 3 seconds. So now you can make Tyrande just move around a little faster on the battlefield than others. Level 16. Don't think there's anything here for her healing. Just some other damage stuff. They still want her to be kind of a pseudo support. Ice Blade Arrow, Shooting Star, that's all still there. That's all still the same, pretty much. Eyes of the Huntress. Shadowstalk reveals all enemy heroes for 2 seconds and heals allies below 50% or health for 50% more. I'm telling you guys, with all these buffs to your level to your Q talent, as well as now Shadowstalk being able to heal, I think there's a good chance she could be a very decent healing support. I really do. Let's get into a game and test her out.
I heed the voice of Elune.
There was a notice that they are having some issues with people queuing into games and such today, which I guess, you know, that's always kind of common whenever there's a new patch out, like with a new hero. Oh, perfect! This is something else I forgot to mention. Hanamura is back, but they have... What's the proper word here? I don't want to say fix it, because some people could say, oh, they still haven't fixed it. But they have changed it to try and make it a better map. I'll put it that way. A lot of people hated the old map. They hated it. Well, now they have changed it to try and make it feel like a better map. For one thing, we can actually be able to move in here. But they've also changed the objective, the payloads, where both teams will fight over it. There's no boss in the middle, by the way. But it will actually bombard the structure. So it's like Blackheart's Bay when you turn in the coins and get the cannons firing. That's basically what it feels like now. Let's see. They do have Mephisto and Nazebo. So let's go with the Kaldorei resistance. So that way we can give spell armor for a few seconds. We also have... Oh, no, they have a Lily. So, see, I'm the only support on my team. So, let's see how this goes. Look at that. Applied the damage resistance there on Nubarak. Gave the healing to Hammer. Whew. Look at that. Look at that! Oh. Oh, my goodness. She may do as much damage as she used to, but... Look at this. Paired up with a Sergeant Hammer. That's pretty nice. Because now you can make the Sergeant Hammer do even more damage. Stun the Anubarak. Put the Hunter's Mark on him. Oh, did I mess that up? Oh, well. Senna was able to do enough damage to do that. Look at that. Healed myself and Hammer. Look at that. Oh, man. Now, I can already see that there could already be some kind of issues. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go with Lunar Blaze here. Increase the range.
Get the hell out of Dodge.
Here we go. we go. Boom! Oh, man.
This is the end.
Pairing up Tyrande with a hammer and a garrosh. They've also changed how the camps work here. Scout down there. So these camps actually grant vision. And they will continue to grant vision until the enemy team takes the camp. So that camp is ours now until the enemy team takes it. Stack up the spell armor. Can already double heal myself again because of the battle momentum built in. Okay, I should probably get down here and help my team. Sergeant Hammer, no! Boom! Got the Anubarak. So heal Garrosh and then heal Lunara for even more. Though I am so that is a problem. But look at this. Now we both fight over the payload. Team, take this camp. Let us capture this mercenary camp. There we go. Probably... Alright, so I messed that up. I should have healed Garrosh first, and then, Lunara. Because she needed the heals more. Alright, I'm gonna go back for some mana. So, obviously, with a built-in battle momentum, this is something I speculated with Mephisto, there is gonna be some, possible mana issues. This was always a problem if you took battle momentum, unless you had something else that could give you back mana. Like Thrall, when he first came out, he had a battle momentum talent, but he also had a talent that every time he got Frostwolf, he got mana back. So he was getting ability cooldown reduction, but also mana back, which made him so unbelievably strong and tanky. Alright, Shadowstalk. Here we go. Shadowstalk. Try and give them some heals. Except Li Ming is just standing there. I will continue to soak XP for you, team. I'll send down an owl to hopefully snipe them to help you out. Sort of. That should teach them a lesson. Tyrande, my love. Boom, look at that extra healing I just gave to Hammer. Because I chose to heal Garrosh first. Boom. Probably should heal myself first and then heal Lunara. There we go. Boom. There we go. The extra healing I just gave. Boom! Lunara healed for more. So as long as you have someone else that you can use the healing on, you'll be able to do even more healing. Of course, I wish I had my owl right now. Oh, there we go. Ah, and I missed the new... That's why I never really liked Tyrande before. I could never hit my owls. I just never could be able to use my Sentinel and be able to hit people from all the way on the other side of the map. And I just... It frustrated me to no end that these other players... just apparently could be able to hit other players like they knew exactly where they were. How? How did you know? It always frustrated me that people could do that and I never could. I could never figure out how they did it. Shadowstalk to help myself get away. And go Sippy Cup. I don't know if my team needed those heals at that moment, but they got it.
Escort the payload.
Alright, Quickening Blessing. And it looks like, yep, I now have an extra 10% movement speed, just passively. Let's also take a moment to show you guys the other new camps. Oh no, not this one. But I guess we can go ahead and grab it. This gives you a turret. I was actually referring to, yeah, these siege camps over here. Let's see if I can get my teammates to get away from this so they can help me take this. Nope, never mind. They're just gonna die. Alright, so over here, remember these guys? Yeah, they're actually now gonna go into the lane and push, like a siege camp does on other maps. I can use Hunter's Mark on that. There we go. And now it's going to go into the lane. So that's how they've changed some of these camps for how this map works. The old map used to make it where characters that had bribe were like mandatory. So back when this map was in rotation for Hero League, I played so much Falstad and Brightwing. Like, that's like where I really started to like play them regularly, because they were like mandatory picks on that map. You can see that's going all the way straight to the gate. I don't know why they're there thinking they can take that camp. The AI is confused about how the new map works. I'll tell them to go grab that siege camp there. So what would I take here? Bonus damage equals 7% of their maximum health. Ah. Let's go with that, because that actually goes hand in hand with our built-in battle momentum. For the true horde! Uh-oh. I was hoping my Shadow Stock would counter that. Not quite. Look at how far that goes. The range on that now.
As the goddess wills.
So that's where the payload emerges from. I remember the fights over the boss right here that would actually end up determining who won the match. Got the Lily. Healed the Garrosh and myself. Garrosh, you moved him out of the way. And now I need to run. I need to go to Sippy Cup. You're on your own, Garrosh. Oh, never mind. Hammer killed the Nubarak while he was in midair. That was kind of amazing. Up in the air, pow, blows up. Heal Garrosh there. Use Shadow Stock to provide some more healing. Boom. A good kill, my love. Heal Li Ming. Come on, Rainer. There we go.
To the coffin. Triple kill.
Nice patch job.
Triple kill. There we go. Hammer! Stop moving a Nubarak. Out. of my shot. So you can see the shots remain. It's so much like Blackheart's Bay. I see you.
So be it.
Oh. This is another example of how badly the AI is in Here's the Storm. Can I win this trade?
Meet your end.
And then he runs back. Ah. Now see, an expert Tyrande player probably would have been able to snipe Rainer there. I am not.
Move back for now.
Oh, hello, Rainer. You came back for some reason.
The goddess is wrath is dead.
It's like, I have movement speed.
Let us know.
I have extra movement speed because of my Q. You're not gonna run away from me, man. There we go. I was like, you can't run away from me.
This is the end.
AI, push the fort. That's all we know how to do. Nice snipe, Lily. Oh, just missed. Eye of the Huntress. So this should be able to heal for even more. Look at that healing. Look at that healing from a Tyrande. Oh, thank you, Blizzard. Thank you for changing Tyrande to actually be a healer instead of a Valera copycat. I know some people love the old Tyrande. I'm sorry, but I hated the old Tyrande. I'm so happy about this change, this rework to Tyrande. She feels like an actual support now, which instantly fixes a number of my problems with the character. This is now a character I could see actually playing on a more regular basis, because I would actually enjoy playing her now. Because she'd actually be able to support her team. They don't even cap the camp.
Well done, my ally.
Double kill.
Healed.
Woo.
Triple kill.
Yeah.
Nice shot, man.
Nice shot, man. She doesn't feel like she's now teetering over to one side, like as if they tried to change her into an assassin. I think she may not be doing as much damage she used to, but I think she's supposed to be doing the appropriate amount of damage that a support can do. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too little. I think she has now a proper balance of healing as well as damage for her team as a support. She's supporting her team with heals, but now also with a stun, a debuff, a long-range sniper shot, if you can land it. I can't. Why are they bunched up there?
Let us capture this.
Stop focusing on that camp and actually try to get on this camp. I'm sure some people miss it being able to pierce once you stacked it. But there is a talent you can pick to be able to get to pierce again. Look at that. Look at that cleave. Just wipe the whole minion wave. Hey team, you wanna, attack the core?
Let us attack the enemy's core.
Too bad I can't put Hunter's Mark on the core.
With haste.
Healing me was a wise choice. I'd say that's not bad. I'd say that's pretty good, effective healing.
MVP.
The fact that your heal now has 2 charges and it has a built-in battle momentum from your attacks and abilities, and you have ways to buff its healing as well as have it provide some type of armor. I'm telling you guys, I really think Tyrande is now better off now possibly being a viable choice as maybe not in ranked play. Like, I wouldn't say if you have to pick a solo support for your team, I wouldn't say in ranked play. But if you see a Tyrande as your support in quick match now, she can actually try and do a decent job of solo healing her team. I really do. I really think that. The talents we went for today, I think could be her healing build, possibly, though there are a couple of variations. Like, I took this one because they had 2 spell casters on their team. Calderai Resistance, Lunar Blaze, Everlasting Light, Shadowstalk, Quickening Blessing, Darnassian Archery to help with the battle momentum because it increases your attack speed. Or does it increase the attack speed? Or is it just the damage? Okay, never mind. I totally misunderstood that. I thought it was going to help with attack speed. Apparently, it just increases your attack damage. So, forget what I said. Apparently, that's, But I wasn't really too keen on the 16 talents anyway. Like, none of them were, like, jumping out at me. And then Eye of the Huntress. I think this rework is so nice for Tyrande. For those of, like myself, who hated the previous version, where it almost felt like they were trying to turn her into assassin. Now, it feels like she's actually a legit support. Like, she can actually support and heal her team. Yeah, and I don't understand why some people are opposed to that idea. Why they think that's a bad thing. If she's a support, she should be able to support her team, not be an assassin. But anyway, I hope you guys can understand that I'm actually happy about this. I'm happy about this new version of Tyrande. That she actually feels like a viable support now. Whether or not she's a solo support for rank play, I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think people are going to be picking her as a solo support in ranked play. But if you have her as your only support in quick match, it's not a terrible thing now, because now you actually have someone who can actually heal, as opposed, conversely, if they have had, because it used to be, if other team had a healer, like an Uther or Malfurion, someone who was like a legit healer, and your team had Tyrande, well, you were kind of screwed, because now you didn't have a support that actually healed your team, like the other support could. Tyrande couldn't keep up with other healers back then. Now, I feel like she could. And I think this is a good thing. I really do. So, I'm trying to, reach out to those of you who loved the old Tyrande and probably would not like this because you're focused on how much damage she does. There's more to a character than how much damage they deal. Okay? There's more to a character than how much damage they deal. Stop focusing on how much damage they deal. There's more to a character than that. And I'm glad Blizzard addressed that with Tyrande. So, that is pretty much it for the changes. I'm glad I got to show you guys the new Hanamura Temple map, by the way. It feels better. It feels not as clunky and odd and, as it used to. It feels like a pretty good map now. It feels like a better map. So I hope that is now going to get some pretty positive, reception from the community. And that is pretty much it for the changes that came into play for this patch. I think there was one other change to a character, but it was a very minor change. Nothing to make a video on. So I will see you guys next time when they have another big patch.